How good is Harry Kane actually? The story of the trophyless legend. Meet Harry Kane, the unluckiest football genius of all time. He is England and Tottenham Hotspur's leading goal scorer and presently smashing records in the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. He scored over 300 career goals and has added his name in the list of the world's best strikers. How is such a man the unluckiest legend of the beautiful game? There's a problem. He always walks past trophies, but never gets to lift one. Goals, assists, and consistency are not his problems. But despite his staggering statistics, there is no trophy to show for it. Worried by his lack of silverware, he said in 2017, "I just want to win trophies."
I just want to win. I want to win trophies.
But trophies never come easy, especially for Harry Kane, who has never had anything easy in his career. He joined the Arsenal Youth Academy when he was 8. The chubby little boy was not very athletic, like Venegaphobe and Chuksanek, who scored up to 7 goals on match days, and the club released him after 1 season. Kane later said he was grateful for Arsenal's decision because it gave him a drive that wasn't there before. He failed another trial at Tottenham and joined Watford in 2004 at age 11 for a 6-week trial. During this time, Watford played against Tottenham, and unlike Arsenal, Tottenham quickly saw their mistake and called Harry Kane into its academy based on his matchday performance. But you won't be impressed watching this youngster as a midfielder. He was slow and small, but his desire to up his game was never in doubt. His hard work earned him his first professional contract in 2010. After 4 loan spells across 3 years, it was time for the chubby and slow kid to show what he was made of. He scored a few goals in his final part of the 2013-2014 season, but that was the tip of the iceberg because he had goals in his DNA and was ready to unleash them against opponents in the 2014-2015 season, thanks to the club's new manager who believed in him. Kane could not find the back of the net after coming onto the second-half substitute on the season's opening day, but he gladdened the hearts of fans after providing an assist for Eric Dier's winning goal against West Ham.
Harry Kane, this is a chance, he's round the goalkeeper, Bayern's won it!
It was a long wait for his next Premier League goal. Who cares, as long as he's scoring in other competitions? The then 21-year-old scored in both legs of the UEFA Europa League playoffs against ALE Limassol and in the League Cup against Nottingham Forest in September 2014. The striker's first of many hat-tricks came on October 23, 2014 against Asteras Tripoli in the Europa League's group stage. After completing his 3 goals, goalkeeper Hugo Lloris got a red card, and with no more substitutes available, Kane stepped in as a goalkeeper. He helped the opponent get a consolation goal after dropping a soft free kick in the net. Kane felt the pain he caused the opposition goalkeeper. At this point, Kane was saying, "Goalkeeping is not meant for me." At least the match ball was still his, and the 3 points were still Tottenham's. A win against Aston Villa was a must on November 2nd, 2014, because Mauricio Pochettino was having a rocky start in the league and needed all 3 points to avert a possible sack. Kane came on as a substitute and scored a 90th minute winner in a 2-1 win. It was his first Premier League goal that season, but to the manager, it was not an ordinary goal. It saved him from the possible sack. That was how young Kane became a regular starter under a grateful coach. He rewarded the manager's trust with goals in 3 consecutive features against Swansea City, Burnley, and Leicester City between December 14th and 26th. The next match was a New Year's Day fixture against league leaders Chelsea. Kane was fully prepared for the new year and passed that clear message on its first day. He scored 2 goals, one from 20 yards.
For Oscar.
Harry Kane! Oh, what a goal!
Won a penalty.
Touch, Ivanovic gave it away, Kane's gone over!
And provided an assist. Chelsea didn't have to celebrate the new year because of this young striker. He scored a powerful right foot shot and a penalty to complete his 19th and 20th goal of the season in a 3-0 win against West Brom. But his best moment of January 2015 was when he assisted Christian Eriksen's late equalizer against Sheffield United, a goal that sent the Spurs to the League Cup final. He was just 1 win away from lifting his first major trophy. The young star unsurprisingly won the Premier League Player of the Month award, the first of many. Kane's outstanding form was rewarded with a new 5.5-year contract on February 2nd. In reciprocation, he scored 2 goals 5 days later against the club that rejected him at 8, Arsenal, rising above the Gunners' defense to head home the 86-minute winner. That month, he also scored against Liverpool and West Ham and was rightly named the Player of the Month, making him only the 4th player to win the award consecutively. Recall that Kane was 1 win away from lifting the League Cup. That dream was shattered after Chelsea defeated Spurs 2-0. "It's the worst feeling in the world," Kane said. sad after the disappointing encounter. But there is still time. He's just 21, but 10 years later, he's still hoping for that one elusive prize. With Kane's impressive form, it was risky not to invite him to the national team, especially because of his eligibility to play for the Republic of Ireland. Roy Hodgson quickly gave him a call-up to the English team to face Lithuania in a Euro 2016 qualifying match. He came on in the 70th minute to replace Wayne Rooney, only to score a header from Raheem Sterling's cross 80 seconds later with his third touch of the ball.
Plays inside that penalty area, and Sterling tees it up for Harry Kane! Barely been on the pitch.
His performance earned him a start in the next fixture against Italy. He only got better after the international break. His hat-trick against Leicester brought his league goals to 19. This feat was shocking because Kane, now the Premier League's top scorer, only started his first league game in November. He was already ahead of Diego Costa and Aguero. He was that good. He scored 21 Premier League goals that season and 31 in all competitions, helping the club finish 5th and securing a spot in the following season's Europa League. Kane was included in the PFA Team of the Year and voted the PFA Young Player of the Year. Although without a trophy, Kane was grateful for his achievements. "I achieved so many things, stuff I wanted to do in my career that I did in one season," he said at the end of the campaign. Maybe this guy doesn't even know the stuff he's made of because he exploded the following season. Kane began the 2015-2016 season by changing his squad number from 18 to 10. "I want to become a club legend," he said when asked why he picked the number 10 jersey, and vowed to get better and better. His vows seemed like babbling at the beginning of the season after failing to score in the 748th minute of play. But when his time came, he scored his first goal in Spurs' 4-1 win against league leaders Manchester City with his side foot. In October, he scored his second Premier League hat-trick against Bournemouth and got his 5th goal of the season in a 3-1 win over Aston Villa. The goals kept coming, and in November, he scored a gorgeous one-touch goal and Tottenham's only goal in the 1-1 draw with Arsenal before sliding one in against Qarabag in the Europa League to make it 9 goals in 6 matches. On his 100th appearance for Spurs, Kane destroyed Southampton's defense to score his 10th goal in 10 games, and 2 more a week later against Norwich. With 27 Premier League goals in 2015, he surpassed Sheringham's club record of most goals in a calendar year. In March 2016, Kane scored the best goal of his career in the North London Derby from an impossible angle. "To score that was unbelievable. One of my best goals technically, and the moment was really special," he said after the world-class goal. Kane was scoring headers, long shots, first touches, and solo goals. With 6 games remaining, he became Spurs' top scorer in a single season with 22 goals. By the end of the season, he'd scored 25 goals, winning the Golden Boot against Sergio Aguero and Jamie Vardy. He was also named in the PFA Team of the Year. More importantly, he was finishing 3rd and securing a spot in the Champions League. Like the 2014-2015 season, Harry Kane began the 2016-2017 season with an assist for Victor Wembanyama when he scored the only goal in the 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. He scored his first goal of the season in Spurs' 4-0 win over Stoke City, firing in a low cross from Son. His long-awaited Champions League debut came on September 14, 2016, but Mr. Clinical could not find the back of the net, and Spurs lost at home to Monaco by 2-1. No one expected much from a young Tottenham team, but the experience would be needed later. After scoring a winner against Sunderland 4 days later, Kane was assisted out of the field following an ankle injury. He was out for about 7 weeks, and the team struggled without him in the next 3 Champions League fixtures. On November 6th, he scored his first Champions League goal from 12 yards in the return fixture against Monaco. Monaco later won by 2-1, crashing out the young Tottenham team. Kane signed a new well-deserved contract with Tottenham in December 2016, keeping him at the club until the summer of 2022. He scored the first 2 Premier League goals of 2017 against Watford. It was his 100th Premier League game, and with 57 goals, he was on the same level as Arsenal's legend Thierry Henry after playing 100 games. Safe to say, Kane was as good as Henry. Next was Kane's wife delivering a beautiful daughter. He celebrated the good news by scoring a hat-trick against West Brom on January 14th. Hopefully the West Brom fans understand. The next month was a feast of hat-tricks for him, scoring 3 goals against Fulham in the 5th round of the FA Cup, and another against Stoke City in the Premier League. A 3rd hat-trick in 9 games, and the 6th of his career. Kane went home with what rightfully belonged to him, February's Player of the Month award. It was the 4th of his career. An injury kept him on the sideline for about a month. When he returned, he joined the list of players with 20 Premier League goals in 3 consecutive seasons after his goal against Bournemouth. Only Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry, and Van Nistelrooy were on that list. Kane wasn't so interested in these individual awards. He wants the feeling that comes with winning a trophy. Hopes were high when Spurs took on Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final clash at Wembley. Tottenham's Mr. Dependable came prepared and converted an instinctive stooping header.
It is Eriksson. It's helped goalwards and it's in. What a brilliant flick from Harry Kane. blood is...
But his effort was not enough to pull the team through the final. They lost 4-2 to the London rivals. In the Premier League, Tottenham was also chasing Chelsea, and there was still hope that Kane would win his first Premier League and first career trophy. The tiny hope for the title ended on May 12, when Chelsea defeated West Brom 1-0, with no hope for silverware. The 24-year-old vented his anger in his last 3 matches of the season, scoring 9 goals in them. He was the season's top scorer with 29 goals and became the 5th player to win consecutive Premier League Golden Boots. It was another good ride for Tottenham and Kane, but a trophy was still missing. It was time to prepare for another season of wonders. You know, Kane doesn't like scoring on the season's first day. He waited until the 4th game against Everton before netting his first and second goals of the 2017-2018 season. The first goal was a wonder to watch and was his 100th goal for the Spurs.
He's outside him. He's gone free, he's done it! Harry Kane celebrates.
Harry don't lie. He admitted that his goal was a cross that missed its way into the net. I got a lucky one, but sometimes you need that. It has been a crazy few years, and to get that 100th goal was amazing. It took him 12 games less than Thierry Henry to reach 100 club goals. That should give you a clue of how good he is. He scored 2 more braces in the next 3 appearances, and Pochettino was forced to say, "I am in love with him."
I am in love.
His response to his coach was a complete hat-trick against a Pole in the Champions League group stage. He scored 13 goals for club and country that month and earned the Player of the Month award for the 5th time. Kane was more than just a player that scored goals. Following his hat-trick against Burnley in the Premier League on December 23, 2017, Burnley's manager, Sean Dyche, said Kane was by far the best player on the pitch, and that was one of the best performances I have seen this season. He can smell a chance as quick as any center forward I've seen. Dyche's comments were better understood when Kane scored another hat-trick against Southampton in the last league match of 2017. He ended the year with the most goals for club and country, 56 in 52 games, breaking Messi and Ronaldo's 7-year dominance in Europe. He was ahead of the best, but the world was not paying attention because his club was not winning trophies. How else does one become the best? He also surpassed Alan Shearer's Premier League record of 36 goals in a calendar year with his 39 league goals, and joined the few players with 6 Premier League hat-tricks in a year. He also became the first player to score consecutive Premier League hat-tricks on 2 separate occasions, versus Leicester and Hull City in May, and versus Burnley and Southampton in December. In January 2018, he became Tottenham's top scorer in the Premier League after scoring 2 goals against Everton. His penalty against Liverpool at Anfield completed his 100th league goal. He scored 30 league goals that season, with his club securing a Champions League spot. But there was a World Cup just ahead, and Kane had been made captain of the English team. He's never won a trophy, and starting with the World Cup and as a captain would mean the world to him. He scored from the corner twice in England's first match against Tunisia. He was at the right place at the right time for an injury time header that sent the stadium wild. His second outing was even better, scoring a hat-trick against Panama. Kane scored his 3rd penalty and 6th goal of the competition against Colombia. He couldn't score more goals, and England lost their semi-final and 3rd place matches. Kane lost another trophy, but won the Golden Boot. Maybe he could do something with Spurs the following season in the Champions League. He opened scoring in the 2018-2019 season with a clever goal against Fulham.
Fine run. Harry Kane, surely, yes!
And scored in Tottenham's 3-0 defeat over Manchester United. With his goal against Cardiff City on New Year's Day, he became the only player to score against the 28th Premier League he faced. An ankle injury on January 13th kept him on the sideline for over a month, missing the crucial Champions League round of 16 games against Dortmund. He was fit at the time of the second leg and scored the only goal against Borussia Dortmund to secure a 4-0 win on aggregate. Tottenham was set for the quarterfinal, but Kane was not. He sustained another injury that kept him out until the final against Liverpool. Despite not being 100% fit, Kane wanted to fight for his first silverware. He wanted to be a European champion. He was selected for the fixture, but yet again, he was eluded by that one prize. Tottenham lost to Liverpool, and the next season wasn't better. His struggle with injuries continued into the 2019-2020 season, and only played a few matches. But Kane is so good that injuries don't affect his form. He returned for the 2020-2021 season, fully prepared to conquer England. Although he scored a goal against Southampton in the second league match of the new season, the highlight was providing 4 assists to Son Heung-min, thus becoming the only player in Premier League history to provide 4 assists to the same teammate. With a new manager who is a specialist in winning trophies, the 25-year-old could tell his first silverware was nearby. He said, "Jose is a winner at every level. He has come in with an aura about him, and he wants to win things here. Together, they could achieve greatness." The next recipient of his hat tricks was Maccabi Haifa in the Europa League playoff. Jose Mourinho couldn't help but say, he scored so many hat tricks that I don't even believe that he keeps every ball at home. The match balls are not important anymore, but he needs more than that. He wants a team trophy. He kept scoring goals, 2 against Manchester United, 1 against Arsenal, and in the Europa League. Before the end of 2020, he scored his 200th goal for Tottenham and became the highest goal scorer in the North London Derby with 11 goals. But his trophy cabinet remains empty. But there was hope for one. On January 5th, Tottenham defeated Brentford 2-1 in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup and were headed for Wembley. Mourinho could definitely say, to win a trophy, Kane just needs to win 1 game. While waiting for the finals, he became the first player in Europe's top 5 leagues to reach 10 goals and assists. But just before the Carabao Cup's final, the special one was shown the exit door. Interim manager Ryan Mason tried, but Tottenham succumbed to the scary Manchester City team in the 82nd minute. It was yet another season of individual achievements, but there was no team trophy to show for it. He won the Premier League Golden Boot with 23 goals and was the playmaker of the season with the highest number of assists. He was the first player to win both awards in the same season, but he was unimpressed with the individual awards. He said, "I would rather be winning team trophies." But could he win a team trophy soon? He hoped to win the Euro after scoring 12 goals and at least 1 in every qualifying game. His first goal of the finals came against Germany in the round of 16 when he headed home a perfect cross from Jack Grealish. He scored 2 goals in the quarterfinals, including a header from 6 yards. With high emotions, he stepped forward to take a 103-minute penalty against Denmark in the semifinals. He was tense, and the goalkeeper confidently saved the crucial penalty. Thankfully, he scored the rebound, and Wembley was flowing with tears of joy. There was finally hope for a football trophy to return home once again. Kane is just 1 win away from winning a trophy. Unfortunately, the unluckiest footballer had to walk past another trophy after the team lost the final on penalties to Italy. Frustrated by his inability to win trophies, Tottenham's darling wanted to leave before the start of a new season, but club chairman Daniel Levy wanted him to stay. Kane backed out of the pre-season tour after his move to Manchester City failed and was not seen until the league's 3rd game. On August 26, he scored 2 against Pacos de Ferreira to secure the club's progress to the group stage of the UEFA Europa Conference League. His 20-minute hat-trick against Mora in the group stage made him the first player to score a hat-trick in the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. He rose above the City defenders to head home a 95th-minute winner against Man City to end their unbeaten run and scored 17 goals that season. Although there was no individual award, his away goal tally reached 95, surpassing Wayne Rooney's record for the most away goals. Kane was giving his best, but he clearly needed a new challenge, at least to win a trophy. He was willing to try at Tottenham one more time. 2022-2023 season. He was on fire this new season, scoring a 96th-minute goal against Chelsea to save a point for Tottenham. He equaled Aguero's record of 184 goals for a single club on that day and surpassed the record after scoring a 64th-minute winner against the Wolves. In his head, records are meant to be broken. In February, he fired a low shot past City's goalkeeper and became the club's all-time top scorer with 267 goals and 200 in the Premier League. The season ended without any trophy for Kane, but there was yet another record. He became the first player to score 30 goals in 2 Premier League seasons. Wanting a new challenge, Kane refused to sign a new contract and chose Bayern Munich as his new destination. At 30, he cost Bayern Munich over 100 million euros, making him the Bundesliga's most expensive signing of all time. Who signs a 30-year-old with such an amount of money? That sends the message that he is worth more than all the young strikers in the world. Finally, it was time to say goodbye to the club that brought him to the limelight. In his goodbye message to Tottenham's fans, he said, "It's not goodbye, because you never know how things pan out in the future. A legend is gone, but a trophy is now certain, even in his first season. Hopefully he would return someday, but for now, the trophy haunting continues, living up to the Bayern challenge." Kane is looking to destroy all the goal-scoring records in the Bundesliga since he joined Bayern Munich. His first Bundesliga goal and assist came in the league's opening day. He scored a low right foot shot from 15 yards. He played like a striker that had not changed his club and league. He adapted speedily, and on August 27th, he netted 2 goals for his new club, the first being a clever penalty and the second a shot with the outside of his foot. The hat-trick specialist got his first and 2 assists for Bayern against VfL Bochum and his second against Darmstadt on October 28th. There was not much talk about his second hat-trick, but there was so much admiration of the spectacular goal he scored from his own half. It is a goal of the season contender. Another hat-trick against rivals Borussia Dortmund on November 4th made it a back-to-back hat-trick for the 30-year-old, his third for Bayern. In as little as 10 games, Kane already had 15 goals and 5 assists, making him the only player in the Bundesliga to be involved in such goals in such a short period of time. He is not just chasing records, the records are chasing him, but there's still more to break. With 32 goals in the Bundesliga and 7 in Champions League, Kane was becoming the top English scorer in the Bundesliga for a single season, the debutant with the highest number of goals, and with his 4th hat-trick, he's the only debut player to score at least twice in 8 games. How important are these when there is no team trophy at the end? The narrative around Kane's career is tinged with disappointment, overshadowed by the absence of trophies, despite his remarkable individual achievements. Bayern Munich's potential trophyless season underscores this, highlighting how, despite his prolific goal-scoring record, Kane's legacy is often undermined by the absence of silverware. Should he fail to secure trophies, he risks being remembered solely for his accolades, while the broader recognition of his unmatched talent remains elusive. The emphasis on team success over individual brilliance raises questions about the criteria used to assess the best players. At 30, there's still time for Kane to alter his narrative, especially at the prestigious club like Bayern. Perhaps someday, the footballing world will acknowledge Kane's true greatness beyond the glare of trophy cabinets.